Welcome back to Biz Today. We're in studios chatting with Dewan, Chapman of Kayomi. They're an online advertising agency. Dewan?
That's right.
Running a range of online advertising services, but today we're focusing on Google AdWord campaigns. Why? Well, because everybody talks about it, but it's not always easy to know if everybody knows how to use it, especially for your business. Dewan, we were talking about the basics of setting up an ad campaign for a small business.
That's right.
Let's continue that conversation.
Sure. So, one of the important things that we've found, especially lately with smaller businesses, is it's all very well for a business to open up their own AdWords campaign and be able to run it. But a lot of businesses don't end up tracking it. So it's great to know that you're spending your money and you think you're getting a good return, but unless you're actually tracking and measuring each channel, so we don't just do it for PPC, so obviously we'd have your SEO channel, we'd have your social channel, we'd have your paid channel, and we'd be able to show you for what you're spending, these are the results you're getting per channel, which then makes sense for a business to either invest more in one channel or less in one channel if it's not working for them, which fits into the whole holistic approach, where it's what actually works for the business is kind of where we want to push the business towards, because that's where they're going to get the most success. Why
do you feel businesses neglect the tracking of their online efforts and marketing efforts?
It does get quite tricky and a lot more technical to do the tracking, because you've got to put pixels and coding on certain websites depending on how the website is built. So that would be the primary reason why people don't do it. As well as if they're doing it themselves, I find, especially with entrepreneurs or small business owners, they're wearing all the hats of the company. They are the accountant, they are the sales manager, they're the marketing manager, they're delivering the product, they're doing the service. And I think it becomes overwhelming at some point where they're just trying to do what they can do. We do often take over from people who have launched their own accounts, and it's not to say they're doing a bad job, but they need expertise, they want to go to the next level, or they need the time to be able to focus on their own business, but they don't want to neglect their marketing efforts because they know how important it is. So in saying that, we come in, we can take over, we can set it up properly for them, and we can give them the information they need to better deliver the products to the end customers.
And I'm glad that you're explaining this to us, because just so you know that we've got experts in the studio. Kayomi are Google AdWords certified specialists.
That's it.
So you know that you're speaking to people who understand the actual intricacies and the technicalities of running successful AdWord campaigns. You mentioned at the beginning of our interview that you can have results of success from day one.
That's right.
What kind of focused effort should a small business be putting to achieve that? What would you say?
So it varies according to markets. A lot of businesses, if they focus heavily on digital, can do really well. I mean, a lot of the educational companies are going online, which makes it very easy for somebody to go through a website and convert straight away by going through either to a portal or to get help to go online to go study the course. So it really just depends on essentially the budget. And a big one that we've found lately is the operational capacity of a company. So if you give us budget, we can almost guarantee you results. But a lot of companies are like, how much results are you going to get? Because one boat has people saying, we need sales, we need lots of money, we need to get cash flow. The other boat saying, well, I've only got 2 staff and I don't want to employ any more, but I still want to be online and I still want to get my brand out there.
And you want to get those leads.
So it's going the whole quality versus quantity. So for one, you can go pay a lot more for leads, but get them better quality leads that they can service better according to their spec. And the other company, you can give as many leads, as many people through the site as possible to give them as many sales as possible. So it's kind of like, how long is a piece of string for a small business? It depends on the business's capacity and how much money they have to put in. Because the one thing we should just clarify that we kind of touched on with the campaigns is you have to put budget into AdWords. It's pay per click, which means you pay per click.
I like that you said that.
So very often you have to put a budget in, and a budget could range from 2,000 Rand to 200,000 Rand,
Sure.
depending on how much you want to spend. And obviously, it then goes deeper into how many competitors are there in the market, who are you competing against, how many search terms, how many products or services you have, how many campaigns you want to build out, because that all takes money. Every time you add a campaign, you add more keywords, you're opening yourself up to a little bit more of the internet to be able to get more searches in, but you have to pay for those searches. So it's finding the balance between what you're actually offering and what you're going to be selling to the clients.
What you're talking about now leads into my next question, which is about business goals. Is that what helps you dictate what you're doing online? Because
100%.
The business goals could be, let's take an example of them. What would they be? Awareness?
Brand awareness is one, sales, lead generation, getting people just to engage with your brand, which kind of touches on brand awareness, but going further into reading your content and understanding who you are, how you fit in the market. So all of those are vital, that the business goal of the company dictates the conversion goal of the company. So if brand awareness is all you're wanting to achieve, you're a new business in the industry, you can go in and just show to as many people as possible and just get them to your website. We can track on your website the bounce rates, so how quick somebody left your website, where they went on your website, did they scroll to the bottom of the website, did they not scroll anywhere on your website, did they read the first line, did they watch the video that you decided to put on your website, how fast or slow is your website, and all of those obviously have an impact on what the client or customer or potential customer is going to do on your website.
People have to understand, and we've got to make this clear for viewers, is that there is a direct link, because I think maybe we miss it
100%.
sometimes, between running Google AdWords campaigns and having a good website.
Yes.
You're sending people to your website, so that thing's got to be rocking.
We've had experience with clients where we've helped them rebuild their website, because very often when you go to a client or somebody asks you about their website, they don't want to hear that your website is not good.
Right.
Invariably they've paid somebody thousands of rands to develop it, so they want to know that it's 100%.
That it's a good website.
And very often there's no conversion points. So we kind of go into a business development role where we're like, what does your business do? How can we get your client to the end goal, to doing whatever you need? This is how we're going to do it. And before that's done, it's pointless sending traffic through to a website if they're not going to get, the companies are not going to reap the benefits of having the clients on the website.
I know we had this conversation with a case study that we were working on.
Yeah, definitely.
But that makes me think about the tracking you were talking about.
Yeah.
Because and that's where I think the confusion, or maybe the lack of attention might be, is that you've got to track across the board.
Yeah.
So it's the fact that you've set up a Google AdWords campaign, you're tracking the performance of those, the amount of budget that's going out, whether the keywords are performing well, and then you move on to the website to track the analytics side, which is what is performing on the website.
That's right.
Does that make sense?
100%. So it's all great to have AdWords performance, but when they're on the website, if the website's not at a point that it needs to be, or it's not converting, the client's going to look back at you and be like, why am I not getting sales, but I'm sending traffic? So that's when we deliver a whole Google Analytics package, which basically shows you all of it. We give you all the stats and we show you how you can improve, where you need to improve, and possible reasons why clients aren't going forward. We love doing testing, so we do A/B testing for everything, and we can A/B test every element. So there is often a bit of resistance to change, especially if it's like an older generation person making the decision. Why do I need to change my website? And you need to prove it. And the only way to prove it is with facts, and that's by tracking.
Dewan, as we round up our very interesting conversation, we need many more episodes to delve into Google Analytics,
definitely,
Google AdWords itself. But just to give our viewers something to take away and they can start working immediately, what would be the top things you've noticed in all your time of working? Because you've worked as Kayomi, you've worked internationally and within South Africa.
That's right.
The top things that you need to remember for a good website. What makes a good website?
A good website primarily is your name. So in bigger picture, your name of your business, to be able to rank in Google organically as well as in people's minds, don't have a long named website. It's not Durban Plumbers of Around the Corner, Best, whatever. It needs to be John's Plumbing. It's super easy. It's simple to understand. You can put it in.
Okay.
So having a good domain obviously starts.
So that's number one, good domain.
So good domain. Having content on your website. People often have websites that are...
What is content?
So content is actual information that you have on your website. So a blog or what your actual
Something
service
that's always
entails.
updated.
Yeah, it's got to be updated on a regular basis. So having content so they can understand what you offer. So knowing that John only does work in this area and these are his services, this is his pricing, this is his rate, that always helps people understand how to. And then having a very, very, very clear call to action. Call me now. This is the number. They can call you. Emergency number. This is his emergency number. Fill out this form and I'll get back to you. And actually get back to them.
100%.
Those are vital for your website. So those 3 points I would say are the most important. And then kind of a sub point is making sure that your website is not slow. People nowadays, we hate stopping at robots. We hate walking to a queue and there's one person in line. We want to just go through. So when you're on your phone or your tablet or your computer, you don't want to sit there and wait. You invariably just leave the website. So making sure that your website is actually fast enough or hosted on a good server is also very vital to your success.
Dewan from Kayomi,
Yeah.
thank you so much for the excellent insight into what has been a starter lesson about running Google AdWords campaign and having a great website. We'll get you back on future shows, I'm certain of that. Dewan's given us a very insightful look at how to understand Google AdWords categorically. And what did you take away? Well, I certainly took away that Google AdWords is not only the main part of your digital marketing program, but part of your holistic marketing program. And what does that mean? It simply means that you consider all forms of marketing. They've got to be complementary to one another, but also that they fit your business well, including achieving your business goals. So be particular about when you're selecting them, but have good knowledge and insight and spend your budget wisely. You want to find us on Facebook and Twitter? We are BizToday _ZA on Twitter and Biz Today on Facebook, and all details for Kayomi are up on screen. Get in touch with them. They really know what they're talking about with Google AdWords. Now, if you have any suggestions for upcoming shows, email me, naz@sociallyacceptable.co.za. As always, until next week, goodbye.